Okay. Are we ready to do this again? Okay. Let's do this. You guys rule. What is up? And we're back again. How's it going, guys? So it's April 3rd, 2014. I had a little panic attack while the intro was going because I thought my Provari had broken. You know, when I had my little like mod down earlier in the show, I was like, oh my god, how can this happen? How can my Provari break on me? But it's not. It's like working now. I was like, yay, it's kind of working now. So, I was freaking out. I was completely freaking out. Hold on a second here. So anyway, hold on a second. I have to go ahead and tell you guys that I'm having in Spanky, aka John from Wacky Vapes in tonight. I'm actually pretty excited to have him in. This is going to be kind of cool. And I don't know. We're going to see what happens. Alright, hold on a second here. Just go ahead and have him in. Hold on. Oop. But anyway, guys. And you know, I gotta tell you, I really appreciate you guys each and every week, like I said before. I really do appreciate each and every one of you hanging out with me, hanging out on this network. I know you have your choice of where you can go every week. So I just want to thank you so much for coming and spending the time with me. It means a lot to me. It really does. Because you know what? I love doing this. I love doing this. I mean, it's like a passion for me. And I'll be honest with you. The day it doesn't become a passion for me anymore, I will no longer do this, and I will relinquish what I'm doing. Just you know, kind of stop what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying I'm gonna quit doing what I'm doing. No, not at all. Well, thank you, Toxic. I appreciate it. That was very sweet of you. But yeah, but in all honesty, that's how I feel. I really feel that way, you know. And I definitely don't foresee me like walking away from the community and being active in the community like I am right now. But you know, like, who knows? That day may come one day where I may decide that, you know, I'm not necessarily like, I'm not saying not be active in community, but who knows? Maybe one day that day will come where I may kind of step like away a little bit, still go to meets or whatnot, and let younger, like young guns or whatnot take over. Because like, who knows? I'm not saying it's gonna happen right away. Who knows? But for right now, I'm just grateful and I'm happy that right now that's just the way things are, and I appreciate everything you guys do. Like participating in like shows, participating in forums, participating in all the groups and stuff, and obviously hanging out together and having a great time. So anyway, hold on a second, and let me go ahead and roll it in and bring in Spanky. Hold on a second. Hold on. Just wait for my screen to roll. Oops, and my screen's a little bit off. Hold on. Uh-oh, it's a little off. I'm gonna redo that. Hold on a second. What's up, bro?
What's going on?
All right. I'm redoing the screen region. It was a little bit off, and most likely it's because of the change. There's been a lot of changes in Google Hangouts in like I don't know, the past week. And for those of you that are like going to Google Hangouts and stuff, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And it's evil. So there we are. So John, welcome to the show. Spanky, I mean, welcome to the show. I know I call you by your real name a lot, but I'm so not used to calling you, just like you're used to calling me Rich all the time, so my apologies for that. But everybody knows him as Spanky in the community. So, everybody, welcome Spanky to the room.
Hello, everyone.
And he is from WackyVapes.com. Let me go ahead and feel free to put in whatever links you want, in the chat room at any time, Spanky. And while you're doing that, obviously, I'm pulling out my bag of tricks here because I have it here. So anyway, while we're doing this, why don't you talk to us a little bit? And I think the first thing that people want to know to be introduced to you is like, just let us know how long you've been involved in the community, how you discovered vaping, and what steps led you. To where you are today. I don't want you to like give the whole synopsis right off the bat, but like what got you to start vaping?
Okay. Basically, I work at Kraft Foods as my normal job, and it's one of the few places I've ever worked at where they have like an indoor smoking room because they have ventilation for it. And the reason for that was they were originally owned by Philip Morris. So I guess to promote the Philip Morris smoking, they had indoor smoking rooms put all through Kraft. So they still allow smoking in the building, and a lot of people that I work with, I guess, decided to try vaping. And it started probably a year and a half ago, and maybe 1, 2, or 3 people just started. And I guess everybody's gone through this when it's new to their community or to their area where they're living. It's kind of taboo. Like, people are vaping, and if there's not a lot of people that do it, you kind of get dirty looks at you and everything. So everybody was kind of just waiting and feeling it out and like, well, I don't know if I want to do this, but the results were, astounding. Everybody who had tried it was like, it works, so definitely, give it a shot. And I was one of the last to do it. At that point, a handful of people were doing it, and I finally went ahead and tried it. And I went to a local shop and bought an ego kit, like I'm sure most people did. And I had 1 cigarette left in my pack, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to smoke this last cigarette, and then I'm going to start using this little vaporizer deal. And, I'll keep going until I feel like I need a cigarette, and then if I have to, I'll go buy a pack. And from that day, I never bought another pack of cigarettes. So it was amazing to me. I was just, I was amazed by the fact that something finally worked where a patch or gum or little, blues couldn't do it. I really literally didn't miss it. I did 2 weeks later try smoking a cigarette because my fiance had actually waited till I did it before she started doing it. So I went ahead and tried smoking a cigarette with her, and it was so disgusting. It just you couldn't even taste tobacco. All you could taste was chemicals and nastiness. And I was just like, you know what, forget it. I'm happy where I'm at. I'll just stick with this. And I haven't smoked a cigarette since. In fact, I'm almost like a kid now. When a kid goes to smoke now, and they're like, you know, it's taboo. I don't know if I should do it. You know, and you feel like you're sneaking or something, or like you're gonna get arrested. That's how I feel about smoking now. I wouldn't even want to smoke a cigarette.
Dude, I'm with you, man. You know, ever since like I started vaping full time, because you know what, when I first started vaping myself, I started on sticks, and you know, and it didn't satisfy me, but I did it for the sake of work, because that way I can get out of work. I could get out of work, you know, and not be stuck with. Because a lot of times, you figure you would kill up to an hour on smoke breaks during the course of the day. You know, or or if you're on like 45 minutes a day, hey Tink, how's it going? And you know, I felt as if you know, it was not kosher in a sense for me to it wasn't time, you know, I wasn't effectively using my time, in other words. Like I see myself coming home like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, as opposed to like, you know, being home at, you know, at 5:36. You know, it was ridiculous. So I see what you mean.
And it's also like, I mean, I don't want to say it's a social event, but it is. It's very social. When you do it, you know, it's really easy to, you know, BS with your friends or take breaks with your coworkers and bond and socialize. And when you go to the bar, what do? You know, and even people that don't smoke normally say, oh, you know, I have a few drinks in me and I grab a cigarette. It's kind of a social thing. So it's a kind of a natural progression to go to vaping, because vaping is social in the aspect that we have a community that's very social with it. So I think it's a good transition, and it's a good support group. I mean, it sounds kind of weird, but I equate it to like Alcoholics Anonymous or something like that. You know, it's a big social group where everybody gets together, and there's one in every city. No matter how big it is, there's always one in every city. And anybody that I turn on to vaping, I say, you know, it's a lot different than any other quit doing something group that you have. Is you know, everybody's so close and so helpful, that it's a great community as well as just stopping smoking. So I mean, it's a lifestyle.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, like, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to the fact that in you know, in recent years, we're talking like just in the past 2 years since I started being involved in the community, it's been absolutely bananas. Like, I remember being at VaporCon 2 a couple years ago, and it was kind of packed there. Comparing that to last year, where there like were 2012, there was like one hotel filled, to last year, this past November, where there was like 2 or 3 hotels almost filled. It was just phenomenal. And God, then there's next week, which is anticipating to be like one of the, you know, like the biggest vape bash yet. You know, yeah, true. There are people in the room that are saying, yeah, but ECC was the biggest event ever. That's true, but you're also comparing a trade show with a vape meet. So when it comes to vape meets, this may be like the biggest one yet.
Not to mention, I mean, California is the mecca of vaping in this country. A lot of people forget that. I mean, you forget that California has banned smoking for almost 10 years now. So it was almost a natural progression for them to look for a way out, because publicly they couldn't smoke. They couldn't smoke in bars. They couldn't smoke in anywhere but their own houses or out on the street. And I mean, vaping was a natural progression for California. It was their time. They were ripe for it, and they are now the mecca in this country. But unfortunately, every state is starting to follow suit with California. Smoking's banned here, smoking's banned there. So the country's sitting there trying to stomp it out, but yet they created this need for it as well. So, I mean, I'm not saying they have themselves to blame for it, but I think they should be a little bit less nearsighted to see that this is actually a good thing and not a bad thing.
Right. And you know what, though? Like, it just goes hand in hand. I mean, like, there are people being involved in different phases of the community. Obviously, you started out as purely a vapor. You saw a need for it in your life. not only do you embraced it, but now, you're making it a part of your life in terms of earnings. Can you explain to us how you started with an idea, and how did it lead to Wacky Vapes?
Well, Wacky Vapes was actually a name that me and believe it or not, my kids settled on, because I wanted something that wasn't. A lot of things at the particular time that I started were popping up, and it was like blood this, dragon that. Everybody was going through that gothic phase, and I'm not really a gothic type of person. No, it didn't have anything to do with Wacky Tobacco. I actually swear to God, I've never really even messed with any type of drugs. So, but it did come as a backlash though when I picked that name, because people were like, "Oh, it sounds like Wacky Tobacco," and that's an unfortunate byproduct. But it was just something that we had settled on because we wanted to be creative in the juices we were making and do some things that were different, and it just seemed like a natural name. That's basically all the story was to that. Now, the label went through quite a few different changes, because initially I had a crazy-looking guy that looked wacky on it, and everybody said it looked like a kid, and that was a whole big, blown-out story that just wound up being what it is now. But it went through like a 5-stage progression for that label. But besides that, for me to get involved in it, I just knew that this was something special, just from being a part of it at my early stages, not the early stages of vaping, because vaping actually in Texas has been around probably for about 3 or 4 years. But in my stages, I just realized how fast it was growing, and I just knew I wanted to be a part of it. And I mean, sure, yeah, money's going to come along with it, but I wanted to be a part of something that I believed in. Like I told my fiance when she thought I was just teasing, she thought it was just a hobby of mine, and I was teasing. I was like, no, you have to understand, this is like a movement. It's not it's a statement, it's a movement, it's a lifestyle. It's not just something you do to stop smoking. And I made that post on Facebook one time, and somebody said, "Oh, I don't know if it's a lifestyle." No, it is. If you're engrossed in it, it's a lifestyle. It changes your life. It changes the way you look at life. It changes the way people around you look at life. And I just wanted to be a part of that in some way, form, or fashion. I wanted to be a part of it, and I figured I'll make some juice. I got a bunch of people at work that'll buy it if nothing else, and maybe it is a hobby. And then it just kind of took a life of its own and just progressed and progressed and progressed, whether I wanted it to or not. It just progressed.
Dude, that's pretty hardcore, and it seems to me, and I'm sure that a lot of people are feeling it, that your passion for what you're doing, it transcends the fact that you just want to make a line of juices based on the recipes you made and try to earn a little bit of coin. Like, you really believe in the products that you're putting out there.
Right. And honestly, people think because I come on shows and I do a lot of Facebook posts and stuff that I'm doing really well. And to be totally honest, I mean, I'm not in the negative, but I'm really not in the positive. Like I said, I still work my full-time job. I'm working 7 days a week now for the next 3 weeks. I really don't have a whole lot of time. My partner and my fiance, she's the one that does most of the bottling and everything now. So it's truly a family business, and I just love it, but I'm not getting a chance to fully do it, and I'm getting upset because I don't want to. I want to quit my job, but I don't want to put my family in a bad situation, because if I was truly relying on what I do for juice making, I probably wouldn't be able to afford the business and my house and things like that. I just wouldn't be able to do it right now. So it's not as profitable as people think. I mean, there is a lot of money that you spend in materials and getting things that you need to be in what I believe is going to be the FDA's compliance.
Right.
So I'm not there. I'm not there yet. I hope to get there someday, but I'm not there yet. A lot of juice makers, have been around for a while or have hit that niche, and yeah, they've quit their jobs and they're living, the I wouldn't say the good life, but the the good vape life, I guess. I mean, obviously, Murdoch's a guy I respect and really appreciate, and he's making some good coin, but he's very humble about it. He doesn't sit there and brag about it or anything.
Well, mind you, I'll tell you though, Spanky, here's the thing, bro. When he started out, I mean, he had just the one flavor, and it actually took a while for it to break out. It didn't break out until it was the Jennifer Finiank tank it was like they were doing a fundraiser for Jennifer from Finiac Tank for her cancer treatments. So he donated a bunch of his e-liquids to put up for auction on ECF. And when people started tasting his e-liquids, then that's when it started blowing up. So that was around September, October of 2012, just prior to VaporCon 2. So up until that point, it really wasn't like that well. It was just, it had like a small underground following, but it didn't blow up until then, So, which brings me to something I do want to talk about. Let's talk about this Teflon bag.
Okay.
Now, we talked about Pluid and and how it took a while for it to rise. Let's talk about what's in here.
Okay.
What is in here?
What is in there is a bunch of air and a bottle of Teflon Dawn, I'm assuming.
It is. So we're going right in this. We have to fast track this interview because unfortunately somebody had real life issues to take care of and couldn't come in until half an hour late, which is totally understandable considering he is working 7 days a week now, guys. So definitely, guys, give Spanky a round of some props because he did manage to get here. So so anyway, let's talk about this. Obviously, you guys know I did a review on this juice on the day that this launched. Notice how I did that. I put that up the same day that this launched online on VapingWatch.com. So let's talk about this a second. Obviously, D Millen put in a description of what it is, but what were you trying to accomplish when you created this juice?
Okay, when I first made Teflon, it's the first of 4 flavors, and I wanted to do an oak barrel line, and this wasn't copying off of 5 Ponds, which a lot of people probably think. I actually had this idea when I first started vaping because my grandfather actually made his own homemade wine, and he made them in oak barrels, and it was a natural thought that happened in my head, like, wow, I wonder if you could put that in oak barrels. I bet you that would taste really cool. And then after I started vaping and really getting into buying other people's juices and stuff, I found out about 5 Ponds. And I'm like, well, I'm going to have to buy a bottle of that and see. And I went and I tried some of their flavors at a store, and the flavor that I really liked is Gambit, which I don't know if anybody's had it, but Gambit is a great, great flavor. I love it. Some of their other flavors I'm not a fan of. I wouldn't say that they're bad juices. They're actually really well-made juices. They're just not my cup of tea. But Gambit really made an impression on me. And I will say in this aspect, that is what made me do the go-ahead with going and getting the oak barrels, is the fact that I knew that it wasn't going to kill me.
Oh, gosh.
So I went ahead and I bought some oak barrels, and you have to play around with them a little bit. It's not just, buy the barrels, throw the juice in and let it sit. You have to prep them and get them sealed and make sure that they don't have any leaks and things like that. There's definitely prep work you have to do with them. And I went and bought some barrels, made some flavors to put in it and see what I liked, and I came up with a caramel chocolate and butterscotch flavor, and I thought that would taste really cool with the oakiness of the barrel. So I made it, and I made one batch, 6 milligram on a whim, hoping that it would come out right, and it did. So I basically gave out the whole first barrel as samples just to see what the response was. And I kind of kept it hush-hush, I mean, granted, I'm giving the samples out, but I wasn't announcing it to the world or anything. And the response was extremely positive. So I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and make it. So I went ahead and made an 18, a 12, and a 6. And that was the first flavor. I made the second flavor, launched it about 3 weeks ago, which is Scarface. They're all going to be based off of Mafia figures, by the way, because it's kind of like a play on the Prohibition times, and I totally want
to get everyone from your. I definitely want to get all the Symbionts line because
it looks almost the same, but that's the Scarface.
Yeah, I definitely gotta pick myself up a bottle of that. I'm looking forward to that. Here's the thing. I really, obviously, I kind of got blown away by the flavor, and I really liked it a lot. I was very happy to get it. So there is no hype with this juice. If there's one juice from your line that I think could have a very good following, this may be one of them. What's up, Zert? How's it going, man?
And the ironic thing is, at Vape Blast here in Texas, was actually the first day that Scarface was available, or the first weekend, and it outsold everything else I had by 5-1. I actually sold out of what I had left. I had filled a few stores with Scarface. I had a gallon of it, I think it's roughly 122 bottles after loss and everything. About 122 bottles. And I took, I don't know, 40 bottles to Vape Blast, and every single one of them in the 6 milligrams was gone.
Dang. Well, you know what?
So,
which takes me to my next point, because, like, I know that one is very popular, and I'm glad it is. And I think it's only going to increase in popularity as more people know about it, because it really is. It is a very good, satisfying vape. A lot of different people with different flavor profiles would appreciate it.
right.
Well, to me, I mean, like, the first thing that hits you is the butterscotch. Butterscotch, the first thing that hits you, and it has hints of, like, caramel. And I actually thought it had hints of chocolate on it also. Like, it's a pretty complex vape, JS, to be honest with you. But I also, like I said, I did a whole review on it, because I did, like, a whole 24-hour, like, test on it also. And it's actually, I like the complexity of it. And like I said, not every vape is for everybody, but I think that this one hits a lot of different flavor profiles. So
yeah, I actually had a review done by Nitro and a review done by Smokey, and they both loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I loved about Nitro is he's really thorough when he does a flavor. He'll hit it at different heat levels, different builds, different setups. He'll do tank, he'll do dripper. And he really put it through its paces, and it was funny because Nitro's sitting there every step texting me going, yep, I just put it in a 0.2 ohm coil on my dripper, and it's holding up, it tastes good. And then he'd text me, like, a few hours later or a day later and say, yep, I just put it in the tank, and it's holding up at 0.7, and it tastes good in the tank. And I was getting like a play-by-play, but it was good feedback, because it just it let me know that the flavor's holding up at different heat levels, so I could recommend to people. I personally recommend doing it around 0.7, because that brings all the flavor notes in. But when you sub-ohm it, it tends to kill the caramel and the chocolate just a little bit, and more of the butterscotch comes through. So I mean, it's all flavor preference.
Well, here's the thing. Well, here's what I did on mine. I tested it on 2 different types of devices. The first device that I tested it on was, I used, like, a 1.5 ohm, like 510 Addy, because I was looking at it from a perspective of what would most vapors use it at, vape it at. So I was trying to catch that, because there are sub-ohm, like, reviewers out there, like Tink. Obviously, all her reviews are sub-ohm. And like, you have Nitro that does all different cuts. You got Smokey that's more like me. He's like, hey, I'm just doing whatever. But another thing,
atomizer, huh?
I know. And another thing I like to do, like, obviously my Pro Tank, my 1.5 to 1.8, like, coiled heads. Those are the only 2 ways. So I'll tank it, or I'll put it in an Addy, And those are the only 2 ways to do that I like to do. But I figured that pretty much covers, like, a large portion of the vaping community. So I wanted to at least hit that, because there's other people that are covering different faces of it. So
right.
Teach his own.
I did focus a lot of my juices lately towards the dripping and rebuildable community, and I think it's because of the progression of the fact that that's what I'm using. Mm-hmm. It just seems like my juice making has kind of followed suit with what I was into and what I was doing at the time, and that's probably not the best thing to do, but it just seems to be the natural progression. I mean, you advance in this community, you don't ever really take a step back. So as I was advancing, so did my juice making. Now I'm doing natural extracts. Like, in fact, in Scarface, it's a natural coffee extract, or espresso rather. So I tried different espressos from different places: Flavor Apprentice, Loran's, Flavor Art, Capella's, and none of them just really hit me exactly where I wanted it to be. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make it myself and see how it comes out. And it through a lot of trial and error, I nailed the flavor that I wanted and the percentage that I wanted, and I think it's a nice very good vape. It doesn't come in zero. I am making plans to prep 2 barrels to do zero, though, because I'm getting a lot of that. A lot of people do want zero. And in all my juices, I can't say that's true, but in the Symbionts line, it seems like everybody wants to drip it. So I think everybody wants a 0 and a 6 to make a 3. And that's probably where I'm going to head with it. So I'm probably going to do a 6 and a 0. Well, I have a 6, but make a 0 so that people can, make whatever combination they want. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry, lost sound. Okay, sorry. What I was trying to say was, what I was telling him is that, like there is like a lot of things. There is a lot of factors in what he was talking about with the lower milligrams, with 6 and 0. But I was saying that sub ohmers tend to also like 3 milligrams because the larger the clouds, the more the lighter they want it to be. The lighter they want the vape to be.
You'll be nicking the hell out of yourself.
Yeah. So what I was also trying to say is, but you also have to understand that when it comes to making those batches of like a sub ohm level of Nick, it can't be as much as like, let's say 6 or 12, because the way I look at it is like the hardcore vaping community, which is basically us. We comprise what? Really, realistically, worldwide, maybe 2% of the vaping community.
Right.
The entire worldwide vaping community. Because most people that vape, they go to like their store and pick up a disposable, or they're fine with just like an ego setup.
Right.
So
or at best like a pro tank or something like that. But
right.
Yeah, I agree with you. Most of the community is using Cleros, some form of Clero.
Yeah, and you have to account more for the masses, I guess. But yeah, like let's say it's recent articles that have come out. Like sub omen is becoming more of a fad, especially with younger vapors. And like I was reading this article just this morning. I put it up this morning about how like quote unquote old timer. Okay, yeah, sure, no problem, Toxic. You have yourself a great evening. Like more like older vapors are like. The article was basically saying that older vapors were complaining that younger vapors who are blowing these huge clouds in public areas are making it harder for for advocacy reasons to like to prevent like these bans from happening in certain states. And I'm not going to get into that because next thing you know it's going to be midnight if we start talking about it now. It's just something to think about, and it's just a matter of opinion. I think that people have the right to vape any way they want as long as they don't infringe on other people's rights.
Oh, I agree. I do have one thing, and I'm guilty of this too, but we as a community need to realize we don't have the right, and we shouldn't have the right, to vape anywhere we please all the time. And we've almost become to this point where we're getting a chip on our shoulder, so we purposely go out and even Smokey's line, vape in public, but we kind of just pop in anywhere and just start firing our mods and blowing clouds and not worrying about how it affects other people. And we have to sometimes understand that even though in our own way it's kind of like an advocacy thing, like we're trying to prove to people that it won't bother you, visually it's still going to bother them because unfortunately it does look like smoking. Mm. It doesn't smell like it, the after effects aren't it, but it's just a perception. People that don't vape are going to be bothered by it. People that don't smoke are going to be bothered by it. And, the country has taken a turn over the last 20 years where they're really in the forefront trying to stomp out smoking. So the fact that we're just vaping wherever the hell we want just kind of contradicts what they've been doing for the last 20 years. And, it is what it is. I mean, I try to get away with it as much as I can, but if somebody tells me, I don't get all ornery and be like, no, I will not stop vaping, you vape Nazi. I graciously put it away and respect their wishes. But I must admit, I'm one of those guys that goes into whatever restaurant or whatever establishment, and I pull out my mod and I take a rip on it and see what they say.
No, I hear you, man. I think it's a pretty powerful thing when you really think about it. And I don't know, JS. I have no idea. I'm clueless. I don't really go to that site, but yeah, this is how. But anyway, Country Pammy's putting up how you can obtain Wacky Vapes online right now. It also includes his Facebook page. Do you have all the flavor profiles listed on your Facebook profile for Wacky Vapes, or is it all listed on Vaping Watch?
Vaping Watch is actually missing a few flavors. Hydroshock, we actually had a problem with it. Hydroshock is actually out of the zombie line, and it's probably one of the better sellers out of the line. But we didn't get to launch that one because we had an issue with the blueberry. The blueberry that I initially used when I launched it, I wasn't quite happy with it, and we were kind of in that transition. And Watch made it with that blueberry, and it was kind of a miscommunication on both of our parts. But I meant to tell him to hold off on using that one because I was going to try something else, and I think he might have got a little overzealous and went ahead and just fired it in there, and he wound up having to get rid of that whole batch. So he had to remake it, and it's going to be probably another week before it's ready. So that one will be coming up, and then Category 5, which is a flavor that I don't talk about much, but it's probably one of my better flavors in my opinion because it has natural orange extract in it that I make myself, and it's basically like an orange cake. It's a great flavor. It's definitely a great dripping flavor. But that's going to be launching on Watch probably in about a month, I'm thinking. And then, of course, Radioactive and Scarface will be launching probably around the same time.
Well, this is one you haven't mentioned yet, and I enjoyed this one a lot. This is actually the next one I'm going to review from your line. Boom! Right there, baby. Z. Let's talk about Z.
Okay.
I really like this one. I was excited about it, and I'm looking forward to doing this. This one I'm going to probably roll out before I go to Bash.
Z is one of the zombies as well. When I made the zombie flavors, I'm obviously a huge Walking Dead fan, which I've seen people writing about the Walking Dead over in the texts. But I basically wanted to launch a line zombie-based because of two reasons. One, I love The Walking Dead, but two, zombies are very marketable right now. And let's face it, when you're a juice maker, it's all about the label you make, and it's about the marketing that you present, and then it's about the flavor. And that's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. So I wanted labels that were really cool, really desirable. So I was like, you know what, let's go with zombies because they seem to be popular right now. I think they're popular both to men and women. So I figured I'd go in that route, and I needed 6 flavors, which was pretty ambitious because I had about 2 months to knock it out. And to be quite honest, I spent about a month just on Infected alone.
Bring your VG tank, because you know I vape at 12.
So I spent about a month on Infected, and then about another month on the rest of the flavors.
Right.
And Infected is a melon cream, which I really wanted to get that one right because I just like cream flavors. Z, honestly, when I made it, I was thinking peanut butter and jelly. And that kind of came from, believe it or not, that kind of came from Murdoch a little bit because he asked me, he said, guess what my first flavor was when I first started making juice? I was like, what's that? He goes, peanut butter and jelly. And I'm like, you know what, that sounds good. But it's not just peanut butter and jelly though. It's got a twist to it, and a lot of people don't catch it. But I put like a kind of a coconut in there.
And this is what's so weird because everybody who knows me in the community knows that coconut is my kryptonite, which makes this especially odd for me because I like it. It's maybe the third coconut vape that not only I can handle, but I actually enjoy for some various reasons. It blew me away. I was like, this is not possible. How is this possible? But nope, there it is. And am I vaping it? Yup, I tanked it.
Yep.
So, Blue, yeah, it shocked me, to be honest with you. It absolutely shocked me, which is the reason why I really wanted to bring that up. So it surprised me on multiple levels, and which is why I'm just trying to say that, like, yeah, like you could say that pretty much about any juice line, but for me, it definitely stands out when it's a coconut that I can vape.
Right. I see Papa wrote down, and I believe somebody else wrote down too, the Katana was the flavor that surprised them. And honestly, that I hear that all the time, because when people ask me what is Katana, I tell them it's a floral, and everybody's like, oh, no, not a floral, and I'm like, no, it's a floral fruit, and it's I can't say it's subtle because you obviously know what it is as soon as you vape it, but it's not chemical tasting. It's not harsh.
Boom.
Yeah, it's not harsh in any way. It's a really good flavor, and it's very surprising. I mean, it was surprising to me. So, I can see the response that it gets. I love dripping it, to be totally honest. I'll drip it, and it's really, really good, especially when you sub-ohm it, so tank will like that, but if you sub-ohm it, it's really, really good. It kills a little bit of the floral taste, so it's not as florally, and you get more of the fruit out of it, and it's really a good, relaxing, refreshing vape. And then, I guess we'll go through the rest of the zombies. We got Redemption, which is my personal favorite, and I mean, it's my favorite by far. I vape this thing every day, all day long. And the funny thing is, watch, when he launched it, it didn't sell one bottle. And I was kind of disheartened by that, because I'm like, I think it could possibly be the best flavor of the zombie line. But it's a tobacco. And people get turned off by tobacco. But you have to understand, when I made it, I hated tobaccos. So if I had to give you a description, it's an artisan tobacco. It's not, boom, it's a pipe. Boom, it's a cigar. Boom, it's a cigarette. No, it's none of that. It's basically a dessert flavor with tobacco put into it, and you can tell obviously it's there, but it's not overwhelming tobacco. It actually highlights the flavor, and I love it. Me and a buddy of mine who I turned on to it, we vape it nonstop, constantly. It's our all-day vape, and anybody that tries it usually is like, oh my god, that's really good. That's really, really good. And it's unfortunate because it takes a hit because it's a tobacco flavor, but it's a really great flavor. So if you guys are willing to try tobacco, that'd be one to definitely try. In my opinion, and I've tried a lot of tobaccos because it kind of actually got me into a tobacco phase where I got Boba's Bounty and I got a lot of local tobaccos, and I've tried other people's tobaccos. I think what I've tried so far, I think it's better than any tobacco I've had, and I think it's better than Boba's, to be totally honest. And I like Boba's Bounty. I have a 110 bottle of it, but I think it is actually better than Boba's, because I'll find myself vaping Boba's and then going back to Redemption when I'm done. So, yeah, if you're into tobaccos, that's definitely one to try. Infected, even though I didn't get to cover it much, it's a honeydew melon cream, and that one kind of upset me because it took me the most time to make, and it probably sells the least, but it's actually starting to pick up now because people are starting to see it for what it is. And it's not a custard, it is truly a cream. It's not a custard, but it's a little bit on the sweet side, so that might be what turned people off, but I just think it's so smooth and creamy and good, and it is sweet. If you got a sweet tooth, it is definitely the one you want. But that one I took the most time making, and I'm probably the most proud of that because that's exactly to the T what I wanted. Let's see, Hydra Shock. It's a wintergreen blueberry with a little bit of melon, and that flavor for some reason just intrigues people. They love it. I think they love the color, and then they love the flavor. The flavor's refreshing. It's hard to believe that there's wintergreen in there because it's not very, very strong at all. It's just enough, and it's not a cooling effect. It just gives it a different taste.
And this is actually the first one I think I tried because somebody had some of this at VaporCon last year. We talked about this.
Right. And it's just such a unique flavor that people like it. And I hear so many people give me different descriptions of what they think it is. Some people say it tastes like those Christmas spiced candies. Some people say it tastes like that. I've heard people say that it tastes like Pepto-Bismol, which I don't think it does, but That's because of the wintergreen taste in it. I mean, I've got so many descriptions from it, but everybody just seems to buy the hell out of it. And honestly, I don't understand why, but hey, that's a bonus, I guess.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And you know what? And like, listen, like I just want to let you guys know. Just want you to be abreast. You know, for a while there, like you're having issues selling it online. All those issues are resolved for the most part, with the exception of Hydro Shock. Then you obviously are coming out with your other flavor that's coming out next month. With your orange extract, which I remember we talked about this offline at length one night, and I'm gonna have to try that when that comes out. But
let me get that bottle.
Yeah, but when oh yeah, he's gonna show us. So let's see what the bottle looks like. Category 5, huh?
Yeah.
I kind of like that. That's kind of cool.
And that color that it has is all natural. There's no coloring added to that. It just naturally happens.
Now this is gonna be on your Symbionts line.
No. Category 5 is a flavor. Category 5 and Radioactive are flavors all of their own. They're actually the first 2 boutiques I ever made.
Okay, so that's going to be like standalone juices. Okay, it's not going to be on any specific line. Not like
right.
Okay, gotcha. So basically, all right. So I was misquoted. So Wacky Vapes is basically 2 separate lines of e-liquids. Plus, he's going to have standalone juices on the side that's standalone. Okay.
Right.
I wanted to clarify that for people. And like I said, you can see which juices are online right now at VapingWatch.com. If you go over to Vaping Watch, you see in the top, there will be a category. You'll see like Murdoch, see River Bomb, then you will see Wacky Vapes, the third one over. And you click on that and you have a listing of each one. Now, people are asking, will people be able to obtain any of this, let's say, at Bash? Is there going to be some way people are going to be able to at least try it or like be able to purchase and stuff?
I do believe that Vaping Watch is going to Bash. In fact, I know he's going to Bash. I know he's taken Teflon Don for sure. Okay. I don't know if he's taken any of the zombies with him. From what I gather, I believe he's taken maybe 1 or 2 of each vendor because it would just be too much to take everybody's. But I think he's taken 1 or 2 of the ones that he feels that he would like to push, which one was Teflon Don for sure. I think he might take one of the zombies as well. And then, of course, he's taken Fluid and the new one that Murdoch came out with, which is the Lotus, the Bleeding Lotus, because that's going to launch right around then. And also, he's going to be taking some of River Bottoms as well. So I imagine he's not going to take the full spreads, so everybody's not going to have everything available. But he has taken some. And if anybody that's going wants to try Teflon Don, that'd probably be the chance.
Cool. You know what? I'm really sorry I'm not going to get to meet you next week. I was actually looking forward to it, but I understood because work comes first, and you said this is a busy time of year for your job. Yeah. So, I'm looking. I am going to
try to make ECC because it's when we're slower. So I actually scheduled the time off already. So
well, you know, it'd be a really good meet for you to go to, man. VaporCon.
Where's that one at?
Pittsburgh. No, I think either the end of October, beginning of November.
Hometown, man.
Yeah, we talked about this, man. Remember? You like maybe I'll get in a Steelers game. You know?
Yep.
So, anyway, before you go, let's do the quiz. And you don't know what this quiz is, but it's 10 questions. It's easy. It's easy questions. And just so you know, guys, like Punchy Paramies, we put it in the links the whole time. You can find his juices over at VapingWatch.com, guys, VapingWatch.com. And there's also his page on Facebook. If you go to Wacky Vapes, just add him as friend and whatnot, and you get more information on, I guess you'll put in announcements in there, like whenever new juices come out, so people are abreast of news that's happening over at Wacky Vapes. Okay? So anyway, here are the questions. Are you ready for the questions? They're real quick, easy questions. You ready?
Okay.
What is your favorite non-curse word?
Favorite non-curse word? Oh wow, that's weird. It's not even a word. It's a Pittsburgh phrase, and that, which means and that, and it's kind of said after everything somebody from Pittsburgh says. So, like I'm going downtown in that, or
right on.
Me and friends are gonna go hang out in that.
That's
so I guess in that.
Cool. What is your least favorite word?
Least favorite word? No.
Okay. What turns you on?
Believe it or not, really well-dressed women.
And what turns you off?
Women showing too much.
Okay. What sound do you love?
My kids.
Awesome, man. And what sound do you hate?
My fiance bitching at me.
All right, here we go. What is your favorite curse word?
Shit.
What profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
I'm doing it.
Awesome. And what profession would you not want to do?
The one I'm doing for real.
Here we go. Now, despite your religious beliefs, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates?
You made it.
Dude, awesome. Hey, guys, please thank everybody. Thanks, Spanky from Wacky Vapes for coming in. I'm sorry I got to cut you off quick, but we came in late, but I'm glad that you did make it in. Please check him out. Obviously, Watch is going to be bringing some of his stuff. Catch him. If you see him at Bash, hit him up. Obviously, you can go to vapingwatch.com if you want to try out some of his juices. Also, you can get information over at his Facebook page over at Wacky Vapes, facebook.com. Yo, Spanky, thank you so much for hopping on, man. I really appreciate it, bro.
No problem. Thanks for having me, and thanks, guys, for having me. It was awesome.
All right, cool. I really appreciate it, man. Have a good evening, bro.
No problem. Talk to you later, buddy.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Okay, guys, if you give me just a minute, okay, I'm going to set up my second guest, but I need a minute. Yes, it is a bio break. I need a minute. So, I'll be back in just a moment, okay? Just a moment. Hold on. Okay, hold on a second, guys. What is up? Man. Okay, let me go ahead and bring in my next guest. Hold on a second here. I'm very excited to bring in my next guest, honestly, because I really haven't seen her online in the longest time, and I honestly missed her. So, and it's one of those situations where I'm going to explain the situation to you when I have her in here, without really going into too much detail, because, hold on a second here. One moment. So, I just gave the link. Hold on a second. Let me go ahead and Jesus. I mean, I'm laughing, but I can't say why.
So you're like dead stone. I'm like, he hasn't seen his messages. Oh shit.
Yeah, I just did. Wait, hold on a second.
But that's me.
Wait, hold on a second. Oh, hey, do me a favor. Drop.
Hold on to what?
If you're on, hold on a second. If you're on 4 bars, drop your bandwidth to 3. Because I'm having issues with audio when you're on 4 bars.
You want me to go to 3?
3 bars.
I was on 5. I was on 5.
Oh, just drop the medium, because then your audio will. Because I'm only working on 12 gigs of RAM. I know. I need to get a better rig. I will get a better rig. What?
I can get you some.
More
I have
RAM?
some here at the house, yeah.
Well, no. I'm buying a new computer after I buy my house. Because I can't buy anything until... I can't buy crap. I haven't been able to buy mods or anything.
Give it to you.
Huh?
You know? You know?
I know.
I
know. Wait, hold on a second. I'm trying to...
Anyway. Hugs. That is easy.
So anyway, guys, if you guys don't know, this is Jenn. Oh, I'm still getting... Your audio's still a little bit off. Oh, hey, Joe Lutz. You take care, man. You're welcome. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, the bandwidth usage. I don't know. Hey, what's up? Here, just drop it down one more. Drop it down one more spot.
Yes, dear.
Ah, see? Perfect now.
It's perfect now. I broke it up, dork.
Really? Okay, within it.
I love you, though.
See, but look, it's cutting out again. It was good for like a second. Yeah, see? Everybody said you're breaking up. You gotta go lower.
I did.
What's up, Britt? How are you? I'm not on Skype, AZ.
Okay, I'm down. How about very low?
I think yeah. It'll...
You're breaking up for me.
Am I? You know what? I'll try to come back into the Hangout.
No, how about I come back in?
Okay, you come back in. Okay, she'll come back in.
Okay.
She'll come back in and try it again. Let's see if this works.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not losing weight. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. So anyway.
Sounds better?
Yeah, it's a little bit better. You know, we'll handle it. We'll handle it. But anyway, first things first. I missed you.
I miss you too, Rich.
And we all love you.
Oh, don't be getting all mushy on me.
I don't give a shit. I haven't seen you in months.
Okay.
I haven't seen you in months, so we love you.
I know. I love you too. I love everybody. I miss everybody. I miss my goddess sisters. I miss you. I miss my Vape family. I miss everybody.
Yeah, and that's enough with the mushiness. Let's talk about...
Okay.
So let's talk about... well, I was supposed to have Jenn on earlier. Obviously, we couldn't get that done. We're going to have Jenn on again in the future. But I wanted her to come in for at least a little while because This is the week before Vape Bash.
Oh yeah!
So, because it's the week before Vape Bash, I wanted to have you in because I wanted to talk a little bit about the fun that can be had at Vape Bash. And for those of you that are going for the first time, I figure what better person to bring in that understands the joy of going to Vape Bash than you.
I'm super freaking stoked about Bash. Bash last year was really a big eye-opener because I'd actually been into vaping August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So I was already into vaping for 9 months, but I never, ever thought Bash or something like that would be like, my eyes were as big as saucers because I could not believe the amount of people that were there and all the vaping and everything.
Right.
Yeah, you guys know I'll cry. I'll cry when I'm at Bash for sure. I can't wait to see everybody. I can't wait to give everybody hugs. I can't wait to give everybody kisses. So, what have you been up to?
Well,
Rich?
Well, with me, I've been quite busy. I'm back to work part-time, which is good. Which was good because, you know, for the longest time, I couldn't work. You know, like I couldn't work because I wasn't allowed to.
Right.
So at least I'm back in the office like around like 3 days a week, and you know, and then I work remotely 1 day a week, which is a good thing. You know, you know, it's weird. It's weird being kind of back. I don't have my position back because my position was a full-time position, but it's weird working under one of the guys that I trained.
Oh,
and
wow.
him asking me for help all the time.
Right.
It's weird. They're like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're back." I'm like, "Hey, dude, you're the guy that gets paid to freaking think for me. I don't have to think anymore."
Right? You gotta think for me now.
Yeah. I'm the grunt now. I'm the grunt. What do I do? What can I do to help you?
So, do you have any plans? Here, I'm interviewing you. So, do you have plans to be here soon? Am I still holding out forever?
No.
Or are you going to be here soon?
What's happening is that right after Bash, I'm picking up my mother in Indianapolis because my mother's in Indianapolis right now, helping take care of my oldest. I'm telling you, bad health is running in my family. My oldest brother is Yo, what up, Joe? My oldest brother is sick right now, so my mom's been there for like the past month helping take care of him. So I'm picking her up on the way back from Bash, and as soon as I come back from Bash, my mom and my brother are flying to Houston, and they're finally looking for homes around Sugarland in Missouri City. So
okay.
that's like
I don't know where Missouri City is.
It's right next to Sugarland. It's right next to Sugarland.
Oh, okay. So you're going that way from me. You're going to be towards Amen, and I think there's another one out there.
Like I know that Katy is exactly west of me.
Okay.
So
I know where you're talking about.
Yeah, so there's Katy, there's Sugarland, and Missouri City is like one or two towns just south of Sugarland. So it's still still southwest of Houston, and then you're kind of south of Houston, right?
I'll be southeast of you.
All right, so I'll be traveling southeast a lot then, right?
Yeah. Or I'll be driving northwest.
So I guess I'll be coming by a lot, so we'll have burgers and stuff.
Yeah.
You're gonna be introducing me to the local cuisine, I hope.
The local cuisine is lots and lots of barbecue. And I don't eat meat mostly. I eat chicken. Maybe that's why I've lost the weight. I don't know.
Right.
Or the fact that I eat. Hey, T-Rex. The fact that I don't eat until like 8 o'clock at night, and then it's like woof, 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 everything down, and then it's like, I mean, you texted me last night, and I'm like, dude, I'm sound asleep. I was out by 10:30.
You know what though? But I can understand though, if like, you know, like you're an early bird riser now. Like remember back in the day, you were not so much the early bird riser.
No, I was going to bed at the time that I'm actually getting up now.
Right. Yeah, I am Ghost Rider. I will be there next week. So.
Hell yeah! I can't wait.
Dude, it's like one of 2 events I will never miss for the entire length of my life.
If
like
you ever miss Bash, you might have to deal with me, buddy.
Yeah, it's like I must, like every year it's like Bash is a given, VaporCon East is a given. Those are 2 meets I must go to every year. Like, absolutely.
Well, I want to hit another one, but I want to hit one on the West Coast as well. Because I know a lot of people from the East Coast, so I want to meet a lot of the people from the West Coast that we don't get a chance to, mingle with.
Right. And that's true. I mean, like, I'm possibly working at ECC, but but that's not like a vape meet so much as a trade show.
Right.
So anyway,
that's where I think that I'm gonna end up going with, and I'm gonna see you then too.
Yep. Oh, well, I already booked my room. I already got my room booked. So because
I'll sleep
Cool. I have a room with 2 beds, so I would need a roommate. It would be fine.
Well, then I'll just need to get into your bed. I'll share your bed.
Oh gosh. So anyway.
You're so funny. It was funny when Wacky was on because you got all stopped up. I got okay, Rich.
I know. No, but
what till bad.
Oh gosh. No, but guys, Jen and I are just friends. She's just being frisky. That's all it is. We're just friends.
Are we usually with you? What did you say last night in bed?
Oh my god. I'm sorry. Is my face this color? Is my face this color? Hold on. I don't know.
The color of your mind.
I have no idea.
Right, Tony?
Yeah. No, well, no, but no, but
yeah, but no.
I can't even talk. No, but but the reason why I got my room so quickly for ECC is because even though there's a lot of hotels around the arena, around the Ontario Convention Center, those rooms. I mean, last year they said there was like 16,000 people that were there last year. I wanted at my room now to make sure that I had a room that was within walking distance. I didn't want to freaking hop in a freaking shuttle and drive like 10 minutes away to get to my hotel room. I wanted to be able to walk there. Like, hey, nature calls. When you gotta go, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying?
I do. And it's like with us, the goddesses, we had some goddesses, like Kim was in the main place for Bash last year. And then Goddess, Jenn, AZ, and I, we bunked with Stephanie and the other one, Goddess Stephanie. And it was like trying to get back and forth. You always have to walk down the path over some streets and stuff. And it wasn't bad, but it kind of sucked too. Because it was like, I'd love to be in the actual hotel. Right.
I didn't know you guys weren't at the hotel. I had no idea.
No, we had to keep walking across back and forth. That's why if you look at one of my YouTube videos and CJ is coming at me, I mean, I totally, from over there at, not Windy City, he's over at Vapor Trails. He was coming at me, and I was like, I got totally lost in the hotel because I forgot what freaking floor I was on. Then I forgot the room. Then I'm texting Jennifer, Goddess Jennifer, she's partying it up with Phil and everybody, and I'm texting Stephanie like, what's my room number? And I still have the text message.
Oh gosh.
I know. It's funny.
Tony, there's going to be so many vapors, and I know a bunch of people out in Cali that if it really came down to finding a roommate, that wouldn't even be a problem. The only thing is that sometimes people want their own room because, hey, you never know what's going to happen at a vape meet. What happens at vape meets stays at vape meets. That's all I'm saying.
Just like Vegas. What stays in Chicago. What happens in Chicago stays in Chicago.
Yep, that's all I'm saying. So listen, when it comes to any of the quote-unquote underhanded stuff that may happen, you will never hear any of that being talked about in the vaping shows. Like, you'll see us in 2 weeks. I'll be like, hey, what's up? So I came back from Vape Bash. It was amazing. Had a great time. I met all these cool people. I saw all these cool devices. What I really want to say is, oh my God, I can't believe what happened when I walked into this room and saw this. Or I walked into that room and saw that. Oh my God.
I'm going to be an angel.
Right. Anyway, well, one of the goddesses is in the room, and all I know is like how the way she freaking punked out when she steampunked last year. I have a feeling she might up her game this year for this year's contest, aren't you?
Goddess Izzy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think she is. I'm sure that she's had a whole year to prep, but we didn't know that it was going to be a steampunk. So hopefully you have a new costume this year. I bet she's been doing some definitely searching then. She's going to win it this year. Jennifer goes all out. She's awesome.
Well, I can tell you this much. I'll tell you this much, though, AZ. Lady Strange will not be participating in the contest this year, and you know she won last year. Like, I'm actually convincing Lady Strange to like dress as Wonder Woman to see if she'll do it, because she's really big into Wonder Woman. So let's see. Yeah, she's not doing it this year. Yeah, I'm trying to convince her. I'm really trying to convince her. I was like, dress as Wonder Woman. Like we were texting the other night. I was like, dress as Wonder Woman. So I don't know. We'll see.
I think I'm just gonna run around in my bra and panties.
Oh, good God.
Hey, everybody else is gonna be half naked, so what the hell? At least I'll have some clothes on.
Oh God. You know, there's one thing about you, Jen. You're definitely not subtle. That's for sure.
No, I'm not. Why be subtle?
AZ, please set up a costume for Jen. Please. She's gonna go to the contest dressed with freaking underwear and panties. Watch. She's just gonna show up like that.
I've got to watch my budget funds.
She's gonna wrap a sheet around her. I know she'll win too. Watch you win.
No.
It's not a matter of that. It's not a matter of that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with embracing the naked, you know? It's not that. Oh my God, we're going this direction, aren't you? You guys are going this direction.
I'm not saying shit!
I know you are with these people, man! Oh my God. But anyway, you know what? Okay, so you know what? But let's get back into, like, what were some of your, I guess, like, oh, I hear your cat.
Fuck my cat. What's going on?
Well, what was some of your best memories your best memories from last year? Like,
my best one, I think. Well, there were quite a few, of course.
Well, you could just name a couple right offhand.
Well, okay. The first one was obviously to introduce Phil to the goddesses.
Okay.
And it was so cute how Stephanie was like, so shy. She was so happy to meet Phil, and she's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But I talk to him occasionally just because we're friends.
Right.
And he and Dimitri have helped me so much in a lot of my vaping journey.
Right.
So it was really cute that I could just go up and say, hey, dude, what's up? And I was like, and I thought it was cute. And then,
yeah, just so you know, Jen has clout. Jen has clout. Go on.
I have what?
You have clout, and you know it.
What's clout?
You have clout in the community. That means you got moxie. You know people. You're the man.
Moxies are your boobies. It's an Indian word, a Native American word.
See, look, Goddess is saying it. You have street cred, Jen. You got street cred in the community.
Oh.
All right, but go on.
Anyways, let's see what else. Goddess Stephanie brought her husband, Rex. And what happened was I was blaming him. I thought he lost my camera, and he didn't. And it was in my back pocket the whole time. Of course, meeting Nick, finally getting to talk to Nick Grim Green. Joey. I mean, the people that I met, those were just memorable to me, getting to meet everybody. And that's when I finally got my Tesla wrapped from J-Rats. I had to give him my brand new Tesla that I had won on LASD show back on Stickam. And then he gave it to me. No, maybe he wasn't. But anyways, then I won it, and then I had to give it a loan, so I didn't even get to use it yet. And then he took it home so that he could learn to make the rack. So that was really cool that I got to be the first, and he got to be the first for my Tesla.
Yeah, I love the Tesla mod. I bought like 3 of them. Unfortunately, I gave away all 3.
Oh my god.
So I have to buy another one eventually.
Oh,
it will happen.
You know, and I was wondering, do they still sell the Tesla? That was a question.
It's kind of hard to find, but there's a couple of vendors that still sell it. It's just that it was such a huge seller, but you know, so many other devices have come out since then, and like, this is the year of the 26650 apparently. Apparently, and now there's like variable wattage 26650 devices coming out. So
yeah.
You know, like, so, but iVape probably, you know, you're probably right, Maxie. iVape probably still has, so, like,
because that's where I got mine from. So
yeah, I got, like, 2 of the 3 I got from Joe. The 3rd one, I won it from Canada, so I didn't really buy that one, but even that one I piffed away. So, I know, I piff a lot. But anyway,
this year is going to be awesome.
Well, here's the thing. Just so you know, a little antidote. Like, Jen and I were at Bash together, and I knew who Jen was. Jen knew kind of who I was, but we didn't know each other, right? Really? We didn't know each other, really, or didn't realize until after Bash who each other was.
I was like, oh my god, you were there. Oh my god, you were there. Oh, what the hell? We missed each other.
So,
and that was with a lot of people, too.
Yeah, so this year literally be like, this meet will be literally the first time I'm actually going to, like, see you for real.
My arms around you and hug the shit out of you.
Oh yes, yeah, Goddess. I talked to you at Bash. I saw you. I saw Goddess on 2 different coasts. I saw her at Vape Fest. I saw her in Vegas, and I saw her at VaporCon. Goddess has seen me all over the place.
Yes, she is. But she's awesome.
That's because she is the goddess. That's why.
Exactly.
Yeah, Oh, yeah, we did. Last year was my year, guys. I won't have a year like that again, where I'm going around. Like, this year, I won't go to as many meets, unfortunately. But it's okay, because once I go down to Texas, I'll get involved with the local Texas scene, and I'll go to probably a lot of meets within the state. It's a big state. It's a lot of meets to go to.
God, yes.
And I do plan on making a couple trips. I want to make at least 1 trip up to Oklahoma this year. Like Brittany, we talked about it. You know, like about going. I'm going to go up to Austin. You know, meet up with you guys up there, the Austin crew. I want to go up to like OKC. I already talked to Courtney. You know, from like eVapes. I want to go to Tulsa meet. I mean, there's a couple things. I mean, but that's an 8-hour trip. That's going to be an overnight.
There is and then you and I can go together up to the Dallas meets, because there's so many meets up that way too, and I would love to see.
Dude, I'll carpool with you. That's no problem, man. I'll carpool with you.
Just don't tell my boss.
No, I mean, like, it's a straight up shot. I mean, like, because we can stop by in Austin. I can get some Gus's fried chicken, and then go up to Dallas.
Okay, we're stopping for chicken, okay?
Yeah, it's a long story, but let's just say I have this fascination with Gus's fried chicken. And I need to have some badly soon. Yeah. I actually have a friend of mine who, I don't know if she's in the room still, but hopefully she'll bring me some Gus's from Memphis when she goes to Bash next week. Crossing my fingers, so.
Abe Jennifer is supposed to be at our Houston meet this weekend, he said.
Ah.
And I'm not gonna go. I've got too much stuff to prepare before Bash.
You know what though? But you've been
limited time though.
You've been mad busy though, Jen. Yes, you Tink. Bring me Gus's, hon. Bring me Gus's. Yeah, that's a girl I want to introduce you. I want to introduce you to Tink. She's a cool friend. She's a good friend of mine, Jen.
Okay.
She's mad cool. So, but in all seriousness, I'm so. What up, Celtic?
I was in his show the other morning. I stopped by to say hi to him because I was like, every morning, poor Celtic posts, and I keep seeing it because I'm there just getting up. Finally, I just went in and I was like, I'm here! I made it! Don't kill me. At least I finally get to say hi.
No, I mean, like, but yeah, I mean, I'm serious, Jen. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see you. Like,
and
don't
actually talk to you.
I
But
know.
I'm gonna, like I told you, I'm gonna be running at you, and I'm gonna jump you. So you better be prepared.
Okay.
You get shy again. What the fuck?
I don't know.
I think that you get your tongue tied.
But you know what though? But we're practically gonna be neighbors. You know?
Yeah. So what's your point? This will be the first time that I get to see you.
Yeah, that's true.
Face to face, that I can be able to run up into your arms and give you a big old hug.
Yeah, that's true. I'm excited. I'm excited to see. Like, I'm excited to see you. You know, you're gonna have so much love at that meet, Jen. Oh my God. You're gonna be. Like, people are just gonna be giving you the love.
Bye, Celtic.
Yo, take care, Celtic.
I'll take all the loving I can get.
Yeah, that's how it starts. There you go, man. All you people, all you people. No, but yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt. Yo, TW, I want to congratulate you. By the way, did you say earlier that you hit 1,000 days? Dude, that's tight.
Did you, Todd? Did you really?
Wow, that's sick.
I don't think.
1,015 days.
Yes, 1,015. That's crazy. Awesome, TW. Woo-hoo.
Oh yeah, TW, I'm gonna need a job.
Right.
Thank you.
You come work for us.
I'm gonna need a job immediately when I get down there.
For us.
Immediately gonna need a job while I start interviewing.
586 days in.
Wow, 586.
Do you have your app on your phone, Rick?
You know what, guys? I just gotta show you guys. It's finally happened. I finally moved away from BlackBerry. It finally happened. I have an Android phone. Did I activate it yet? No.
Nope.
I'm gonna activate it tomorrow. No, because I was having issues with transferring my contact list over. That's the only thing. So this is getting activated tomorrow. Yes. Yes, I'm finally moving away from my BlackBerry to an Android. It's happening.
I'm surprised it happened.
I know, look, Tick's fate. Look, Tick, it happened. It happened. I know, people are, because I'm so anal, I'm like, I won't move away from my Black. I almost bought a Z10, Jen. That's how much I wanted to keep BlackBerry. I know. So I'm finally moving to Android. It's activating tomorrow because I figured out the problem with the contact list. No, Latin Lady. It's not a high-end. It's just an LG Optimus F7 because it was on sale. I was going to buy the Galaxy S4. But I decided not to. You have the 5? Oh, nice.
I want the 5. I don't know if I can do it or not because I gotta look at the budget. But if not, then I'll go for the 4.
Right. Yeah. So, well, no, you know what, Jake? The reason why is because I'm on the Sprint network, and I was looking for that particular phone, and it wasn't there. So it was a choice. So for me, the choice was between the LG for me or the Galaxy S4. I picked that just because I got like $80 taken off of it at $80 in rebate. So I bought the phone for like outright for like $210.
Wow.
So I bought it. I bought it brand new, $210. So I was like, screw it, I bought it.
It's at our store, Jen.
Yeah, and worst comes to worst, yeah, I don't like it. I trade it up in a year.
Right.
So,
That's good.
But anyway, I
don't want to switch mine over because it works, and I have two extra batteries because I bought 2 extra batteries last year for Bash, so that I can record while at Bash and see the videos. So
right. Do you know what I'm actually bringing? I have a Samsung camera, right? That has dual view. So to save. Yes, to save battery life on my phone, I have an actual You are bringing that with you.
Yes, I'm bringing it. And
Okay.
this time, actually, well, I bought the actual plug-in because I lost it during moving somewhere. And I still have the freaking tag on it, so don't razz me for it. But I keep tags on everything.
No, that's okay. No, that's good. I'm really glad you brought that with you. So maybe like you could help me out. Maybe if I wanted to do a video on something, we can do some videos or like, yeah, no, like interview videos or like whatever.
Oh, those kind of videos.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm not your friend anymore. What did I walk into?
You're the one that wanted me here.
On that note, guys, I'm gonna like next just to let you guys know before Eagle Mama and Pandora come in. I'm gonna try to broadcast from Bash next week. That what I'm gonna do is Mandy's gonna be producing the show. I'm gonna try to call in to the show from my room at Bash and try to do some of the giveaways. Now I know I didn't get through all the giveaways tonight, but I'm gonna be broadcasting sometime tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna do the rest of the giveaways tomorrow. Okay, so just so you guys know. And then I will have the for all those who won tonight, I will have the blog post up with all the winner information. The winners list up tomorrow afternoon. Jen, I love you. Thank you for coming in for a little while. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in about 8 days.
Yes, you will. Oh, wow. So close. But thank you for having me.
Oh, my God. Yeah, we're going to do this for real. We're going to have a real interview down the line. This was just you coming in and saying hi.
Right. Okay.
You know.
We will.
All right. Love you, Jen. And you know what?
You.
And guys, I love you guys. You don't have to go yet, Jen. I'm gonna leave Rocket. We're gonna talk for a few minutes.
Okay.
But guys, much love, guys. Thank you, Country Pammy. Thank you to all my sponsors. I'm gonna do the rest of my sponsor giveaways tomorrow. That includes you, Mark. I'll let you know when I'm gonna broadcast tomorrow. Guys, Eagle Mama, Pandora are coming up. Thank you so much, guys. And Mandy, other Mandy, MCrats, I will talk to you soon about next week. Much love, guys.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
Love you all.